This is the second game we will touch today. Socko against Gunina. Couple of things to say. Monika Socko and her husband Bartosz Socko, the best, two of the best Polish players, you know, that there are those years that one wins the women's championship, the other one wins the men's championship, completely dominating the scene. I mean, obviously, there are many players in, especially men's chess in Poland, but Socko is a strong grandmaster. A little bit, you know, her chances were underrated in this tournament, but she is seasoned. She is in the, you know, when she plays good, she really plays good. And this is one of these games. This is from Socko's part, you know, the chess family. Good chess culture, you have somebody to play chess at home, which I also suffer sometimes. It's like also you have to defend your castle, you know, who is the best at home. So, and Gunina, who had a great run in the tournament, and she is the last European champion. She's the defending champion here, yes. Yeah. So, and she already lost one game. Then they went into an exchange slump. Couple of words to say. I mean, many people think that some of these exchange lines are drawish. That's not the case. Because of the symmetry, who has the first move? If the defense doesn't get constructed the best way, may have some devastating attack. That's why many people, including myself, we played a lot of exchange slumps with white. Also, on the black side, not always you feel safe. The good thing is because of the symmetry, if white makes a couple of lapses, you may also try to play like white. But if white brings some flame into the position, then you know, like a black may have a tough day. And this is one of them. So, came the first important junction that white could play knight f3 here. And she has chosen e3. Both have pros and cons. If you play knight f3 after the Chebanenko way of handling the whole of it, that you may try, for instance, knight e5, which is, in my opinion, the most dangerous move in the position. And also, in my opinion, black couldn't reach full equality after this move, although it tries. So, another line comes like what happened in the game, possibly the most dangerous line. And pieces moving back and forth, just this is what will be in the game, that white has some chances in this position, because kick the bishop from f5, and if you want to bring this bishop back to f5, then the other bishop you have to play it to g7, and then you know, you are not a happy camper with this bishop on g7 against the wall d4 e3. I would say, like, you know, this is the map to handle this position. Here, after this one, queen b3 at the moment is the most dangerous. Not anymore all this e3, bishop b5s. Black has means of countering with that. But, and after a6, knight to e5. There's a lot of things to say after queen b6. Then we will have such a long program that, you know, tonight we have to, all of us, we have to get stuck here, which is impossible. And I mean, it's in the nature of the position. I brought one piece in bishop f4, you play a6, I go forward, knight e5. I mean, you equalize, you really have to equalize. There is some really very, very dangerous lines for black. And this is another version which was considered by people like me years ago, that I really considered that with knight f3 black has more chances. Now I'm not so sure. And Socko has taken the second way. She did it with e3. And after a6, possibly she would go for this position, which was probably considered to be really a complete equality. But now, due to the many people's efforts, it's not so rosy for black. It's not so rosy for black. I mean, the first guy to win a couple of good games was Grandmaster Sumets from Odessa. And as I can tell you, people who play these positions should be ready to handle it on both sides of the board. I remember, like, I've beaten, when I won Palmyra Open in Odessa in the year 2004, I have beaten Sumets, Andrei Sumets with black in this opening. But, just once again, a lot of, I mean, if you sit on the black side, you know that there are some dangers. And if you sit on the white side, then the biggest danger is how to break black's defense, how to take him out of the shell. Here it looks like this is a nasty position for black. All of a sudden, it gained a lot of popularity. So I am sure that Monika, she would play like this in case of a6. But Gunina looks like she does in both cases bishop f5. She did play bishop f5, which is a little bit even more dangerous than the lines with knight f3. Again, the challenging maneuver. And here you will see that not only queen c2, white has the move bishop b5. This is another approach coming from this move order. Well, choice is a choice. If I would have this position, I would have chosen bishop b5. But after knight c6, to go with the queen to d1. Not to have any problems on c lines, we will see. That, so she didn't choose this, but she has simply stepped back to c2. And now came the link in between two lines. This is a transposition to the knight f3 lines, and black has chosen bishop b4. I would say, like, I don't know, I have to seriously study the history of the players, not only the games, it's just one game. I think that Gunina plays with black Slav, and she played a lot of Slavs. She's a master of it. But I had the impression that she really didn't know what to do against this line. It looks like she looked at some of these positions, obviously, the sympathetic Russian player. She has coaches and stuff like Rublevsky, a master of Slav, and Queen's Gambit accepted. Played a lot of games when we were top boards for Montenegrinian teams with him. He was playing for Radonia Bojevic, and I was playing for Montenegro Banka, which became Budućnost in time. A lot of draws. Very strong theoretical player, very strong player physically, not only mentally but physically. And after this game, okay, they will study this position if she wants to play the opening like this. Because, I mean, one idea is to push b5. and after a3, just to push b4 and exchange, and to get rid of material. And my former teammate Zaic, with whom I had some game, you know, in the first round of Parache, he played knight c4 here. And after white knight e5, I had some advantage. I mean, it was a very wavy game, ups and down. At the end, I was winning. Then I blew it up and then won some, strange ending which I shouldn't win most likely, or I shouldn't have won. But here, I mean, look at the position. It appeals to white more, in my opinion. I mean, b5 probably is what black should do at some moment. And how she did, I really don't like it. She did bishop b4, castles came for both sides, white jumped knight e5. Something didn't go very well for black. I mean, if you have bishop b4 and you don't want to take bishop c3, then you are not happy about it. If you have knight on a5 and you really cannot bring it into the game, because I mean, it will hurt your pawn structure at least. And something went wrong. I mean, Gunina is a very strong player, but she is still this raw material, you know. Some positions she has to round up. Her reaction here, in my opinion, was really nervous. Also, we have to understand her. You are the European champion, 1 year passed. You want to win it again. Psychologically, you will do everything to win it again. You will take risks. But unfortunately, with our game, you know, this is leading to trouble in most of the cases. In most of the cases, really, it may lead to some trouble. So seemingly, black exchanged some pieces. She is only a little bit away to achieve something. But then came very big surprise, d5, possibly overlooked by former European champion. Because after e takes d5, queen b4 wins a piece. Very nasty double attack. Knight takes d7, queen takes a5, and simply queen takes c3 are threatened at the same time. There is no way to protect three pieces. It's like juggling, yeah, with all these things. It doesn't happen, and once it doesn't happen to be the case, probably if she has seen it, you know, it's she played here. Now things are getting quickly very bad for black. And white has tremendous edge, in my opinion. White simply had to go to d7 with the knight. Our usual question, knight or bishop, knight or bishop. Now I should make the, you know, I need my second blues brother.
No, actually the highlight of all this, the whole championship would be probably question bishop or knight.
No, of course, I mean, let's remember the famous case that when Fischer and Petrosyan, they were playing in Buenos Aires. Fischer won a marvelous game by taking the good knight by his, by taking the bad bishop by his knight. Najdorf entering, we don't have such people, for God's sake. Miguel Najdorf, with whom I had some sort of, in his last year, some, let's say, acquaintance. He was a very interesting person. He enters the press center like somebody now will open the door, says like, idiot, idiot. Why did he? Actually, it was a very good move. but nobody really appreciates that, you know, sometimes when these minor pieces are exchanged, remaining counterparts may really make the game very easy for one side. And this is the case. Like, look at the position. The knight is on a5. Returns into the game unless you somehow juggle it, you know, to e6 or g6 somewhere, which is not the case. Okay? A position like this is a dream position. But Monika already, she felt like she has a big age, and she was always an attacker. I mean, I know these people since their young days. I mean, some time ago, Branko was telling to my wife that I know Suat when I say, yeah, but I was tall. Yeah? Like, just telling I know him since he was this tall. This is true. We played in 78. I was slightly taller, but as an age, I should be of that height. And since the first time I have seen Monika, she was always an attacker. And I mean, here I think, I don't know, she directed her forces into the king's side. Knight f3, I mean, just a bad reaction, a blunder by black, after which she should have lost something immediately. I mean, the threats are really abundant here, you know, just rook c6, bishop c5 or bishop c7, two nasty skewers from both sides, from here and from there, which we should practically terminate the game. But we have to say also that, I mean, this is top chess, top positions in this tournament they had, you know, yesterday, and they sort of will keep these positions, I believe. People become nervous. I mean, people become nervous if they are losing or if they are winning equally.
It's a common case.
It's a common case. That's why, you know, best world championship matches were not between the really two strongest players of that time. I mean, Fischer-Spassky, for instance, was full of mistakes. The tension was too big for the people to handle. And white came with queen e5. Black played only move, rook a3. Now white went deep, threatening the rook on a3. Sorry, we have the rook on d5. So this is the position. Sorry, I made a big mistake. Knight f3, h6. As we said, bishop d6 would have won. In this case, nothing changed. We should have won the game. But after this, white went queen e7. Obviously, if the rook moves, bishop d6, rook d8, bishop c7 remains as a threat. And this is the moment Gunina really lost it. I mean, this is the moment, only move, queen e6, the counterattack, could have achieved something. Because if you take after queen e6, if you take this rook, I also take the one on d5, nothing happens. And if you play bishop d6, seemingly, you know, winning the game, still after rook e8, I have my doubts, because now the generally considered two rooks better than the queen Once again, it's like bishop to knight type of equality. Here, I even find it more promising for black. Maybe I can throw this queen to e4 and then to a4. I mean, she would be safe. But as we have spoken, many of these big encounters, the best players, the highest rated players, you know, like it's all with the nerves. When Queen e7 came, she possibly considered her position to be already very difficult, or once again about the time management we should know that she played bishop e6, came rook d6, this is game over. Like we have talked, tactical awareness in today's chess is very important. I mean, here she just, once this rook d6 allowed, you have to protect with the queen the rook. Knight c6 you cannot shut because of rook takes c6 and the rook is emprise. So you really, queen b4, this time rook takes c6 connects queen and rook together, you lose another time the piece. Here it's the same thing by a different reduction, because f takes e6, white has the luxury to have the skewer on e5 with the checkmate, or on d6. Of course e5 should be you know, chosen, but even bishop d6 is a terrible skewer, the whole on the long diagonal all the way. So after queen b2, rook e6, I don't know, I mean the last moves are not so important now, not for the result of the game, but for the beauty came rook g6. Very important win by Monika Socko, probably depriving Gunina, famous Russian player, one of the youngest participants at the same time, former, I mean last year's European champion. Still she may have some chances, but they became more mathematical than real after this game. So that's all for today.
Okay, so thank you, Suat, and this was the analysis of previous round. See you today again at 6:30 with the review of the 10th round, which is ongoing at the moment. So see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.